Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. I pray that whatever time of day, whatever day that it is, that it has held you well wherever you are. Today has been a little bit of a rough day for me. It was not a good day for Blue today, and so that was a little bit challenging to deal with. I just cried a few times today and just did my best to support her where she's at in her journey. Just wanted to continue to honor the rhythm and come on with some messages. So, what are the biggest lessons for our soul today? The biggest lesson what is your soul experiencing? Perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to, and that is really speaking volumes today when it comes to continuing on. Perseverance is underrated, I think. At the bottom of the deck, the underlying energy, I believe, is fear. I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. The things that have been happening, they're really testing you to stay present and to stay in the energy of love. When things are scary, when things hurt, are you able to remain with your heart open and staying in the energy of love? Any other messages about our soul's lesson today? It's too many cards. Any other messages about our soul's lesson today? Change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. Definitely another big lesson of the day. And the underlying energy behind change is adversity. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn. As you go through your challenges and move through them, are you learning the lesson? Are you appreciating the contrast? Because I was even just standing downstairs with Blue as she was eating grass, and I felt annoyed standing there, and I was thinking, like, this might be, you never know when it's going to be the last time that I'll have the privilege and the honor to stand there with her. Just interesting thinking about the challenges from adversity and what is helping us to cultivate as we're maneuvering through change with such incredible perseverance. But I've said this before, I don't think you know how to give up. Like, even when you want to give up, something in you that, like, you're not a quitter. And how beautiful is that? Last message, empathy in reverse. So maybe there's a little bit of a challenge when it comes to being open to seeing both sides of a situation. I can think of a couple instances with that. And the underlying energy when it comes to the struggle with empathy, which I know you probably don't think you struggle with empathy, but it's just the fact that it's coming out in reverse. I think that maybe we are struggling with that energy just a little bit. And the underlying energy is doubt, releasing the need to know all of the answers. So those are the lessons that I feel like our soul is processing today. Let's go ahead and pull some tarot. And how are you, baby? Are you okay? You need to go back outside? Oh, my baby. 15 years old. She's not a baby. The love that you have. Love is so beautiful and so amazing. Okay. Speak to us, Lord, through the tarot. I'm not even sure what to ask or anything. I think I'm just going to pull messages. Let's just see where the energy is. 5 of Swords, mental conflict. That 5 of Swords. But we're hermiting. We're going within. Knight of Wands in reverse. I think that this is just a day where taking action is just like, it's okay. What I'm getting from the Knight of Swords is don't feel rushed. Don't feel rushed. Even though Spirit is moving, even though there are things that are happening, let's not feel rushed. Oh, 2 of Pentacles just flew in Blue's face. Definitely still some juggling going on here. Some dealing with the ebbs and flows of life, the highs and lows of life. You are balancing that. Today, we're overcoming mental conflict. We are not rushing to take action and balancing the highs and lows of this physical life that we're living in. The Chariot, things are moving. You're still focused. You still are determined to continue to move towards your desires. That's the first major arcana card to come out today. So to me, what is even being shown with the fact that out of 4 cards, 3 are minor arcana, is it's more of like the day-to-day that is the focus. Not necessarily like major life themes, but the day-to-day things, responsibilities, pressures. Those are the things that Hanged Man at the bottom have us in a mode of surrender. And the Tower was even behind that because there is an incredible shaking. Oh my God. I don't even want to think about blue. But we're remaining confident. Queen of Wands, we are remaining confident. Black cat energy. I don't chase, I attract. I get the energy of childlike innocence on the card with the Queen of Wands just because of the sunflowers, and it takes me to the Sun card. But we're standing on confidence in spirit. That's what I'm getting. I know some people relate swords, the suit of swords, to spirit in the tarot, but I do relate it to, I relate spirit to wands energy for some reason, like the fire and the spirit energy, but that's just something of how I relate that to the tarot. Four of Swords, rest and reflection. We're not in the mode of doing. You might resonate with that feeling of like you don't feel like there's just a whole bunch of stuff that you need to do anymore. Ace of Swords at the bottom, because you're really just receiving clarity as you're resting, as you're reflecting. Clarity is coming in. Two of Cups showed itself. So hard for me to see blue like this. The Seven of Swords. A lot of swords energy. I mean, that's the majority right now is swords. So mental, the realm of the mind. And this is the second time that the Hermit was at the bottom of the deck. So when it comes to the Seven of Swords, that's like the energy of like getting away with something, sneaky, hiding some things. I think that what I'm getting from this card is like our mind is running away with these thoughts. And even the Hermit being at the bottom of the deck, I feel like that's even just relating to the fact of remaining in isolation, and isolation not in a negative term. We're remaining in isolation, seeking within, because our thoughts are running away right now, because so many things are shaking up. So many things feel like they're crumbling, like they're changing, and you see these people, it's kind of funny right now, but you see these people like they're like being thrown out of this tower. Energy doesn't really feel very fun right now, I'll say that. Even with the nine, the Hermit at the bottom, like that's not a party, being by yourself, seeking within and everything. Six of Swords, more swords. We're moving on to calmer waters. It's interesting that we went from the 7 to the 6, but this is a card of like retreat. Another card, still getting rest, like even how the figures on the card, they're like the people in the boat are like covered up as if they're being transported. Like I'm getting like witness protection, as when you're in the wilderness and it's like God kind of has you hidden away. I'm getting the same energy from that card, from the Six of Swords. Like you're really being hidden away right now, and you're coming into this nine. Oh, there goes the double nines. The Nine of Pentacles was at the bottom, and then still the Hermit was behind that. So 9, 9, I feel like that's very symbolic. That's a master number, and cycles completing, completion. I'm getting completion from these two cards. I'm actually going to take them from the bottom of the deck because I feel like that's really significant right now. Any other messages, Lord? Any other messages? Six of Pentacles, which showed itself before, and then here it is again. And then the fact that we have that Six of Swords. Now we have double sixes. We had 2 9s, and now we have double sixes. So 6 is the energy of harmony. It's the energy of love. It's the energy of service. I'm feeling like with the sixes, as if you are being hidden, right? Witness protection is what I'm getting with the Six of Swords. You're being hidden, and God is trying to think of how to explain this. As if like this is an angel moving you to calmer waters. As if Six of Pentacles being a reciprocity, as if like God is hiding you away right now with what's going on, moving you to calmer waters, and you are going, their reciprocity is going to happen. Like, even though it doesn't seem like it's happening, Ace of Wands, new beginnings, like there is something fresh and something new that is happening beneath the surface. Because even with the ace, it's like a seed, right? It's not the fullness of it. It's a seed. It's a start. The Strength card, again, with that compassion, that courage, that grace of how you are handling everything. With the Emperor at the bottom, like you're standing in your confidence with this. It's another confidence card. Anything else? Oh my God, Three of Swords just tried to pop out, that heartbreak card. But it's not. And you know what I'm getting with the Three of Swords wanting to come out and not coming out? It's like normally that heartbreak would be at the forefront of everything, but it's not. It's not. And then the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Like the boundaries are up. Like we're not even allowing all of the mental thoughts of what seems like it's breaking your heart, because it's like you almost don't even have time for that. It's like you have to have your sword up, like you are mentally on point right now, because you kind of have to be, like you really have no choice. The Moon card came out again, and I picked it up in reverse, so I feel like that is significant. What I'm getting from that card, especially with the full moon energy that we're coming out of, it's like we're integrating from the things of the full moon. So I think that we are having like a little bit of a hard time, and there's a little bit of a block when it comes to the things that were illuminated, when it comes to really integrating this powerful subconscious energy that is asking for your attention. But with the Queen of Swords at the bottom, I feel like that's okay, because you like need to just remain mentally sharp right now, mentally on. 8 of Wands, there is forward movement that is happening spiritually. Again, it doesn't feel like it in the manifestation. It doesn't feel like that, but it is happening. It's happening quickly. I'm even getting with the Eight of Wands, which could be like communication between someone. But I'm getting that like God, the angels, like there's a lot of spiritual communication happening here. And I think it kind of feels like a lot. I think your brain, you might have even been experiencing headaches lately. I think that it's a lot on your mental, but you're handling it. And there goes the Two of Cups that actually did come out, with the Four of Cups at the bottom. So again, when it comes to this union, which this could go a few different ways, like this could be union within yourself, this could be union within a person, this could be this is coming into union with something. It could be a thing, it could be a person. But the underlying energy that's happening is there's a little bit of this arms folded energy and like not necessarily letting this in. So even though this is not in reverse, with the Four of Cups being at the bottom, I feel like there's a little bit of a blockage to letting in this union. Any more messages? Encouragement. 10 of Wands. And what I'm getting with this, even though this can technically be like a burden card, what I'm getting with the 10 of Wands is that there's a cycle here that is being completed, and you are walking these sticks over to put them down, to put them away. But I'm also getting this almost like a harvest. Like this is the things that, like these sticks are not broken. They're all intact. They're all like roughly, they look like the same length. Like to me, this is giving everything that you've been fighting for, everything that's been going on, nothing has been broken. If anything, you are walking a full harvest over to safety. And even though even carrying them to the finish line feels difficult right now, how exciting. How exciting. There's like things like that in life, right? Where like you almost feel like you can, because you see the finish line, because you know that it's ending, it's like you have that little bit of energy to be like, okay, well, I'm almost there. You know, it's almost over. I'm almost there. Because I feel like the energy is not as heavy anymore, where like it's still challenging going through what you're going through, but surprisingly, I feel like you are feeling proud and capable and like, wow, look at everything I've been handling. Look at everything that I've been doing. I thought I was going to break a long time ago, but I haven't. Okay, there's a few cards that fell on the floor. Knight of Swords, Three of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles in reverse. Now, to me, this is speaking of building something, collaborating with others to build something. And this could just be your spirit team, because I do feel like you've been heavily in isolation. But there are actually some people that you're still able to connect to, even in your period of isolation. And there is something that's being built right now. even though you feel so disconnected from this emotional fulfillment that's coming in, I'm actually seeing this low-key upright, but the energy of it being in reverse is because I think that there's, I want to say, doubt of this even still coming. Like there's still some resistance to this manifestation, and with the Knight of Swords being behind that, which can be a card of rushing and impulsive action, I think that that is saying that do not start to take impulsive actions, do not start to rush, do not start to force just because you're struggling to really see the building and the manifestation and like the coming together of that Ten of Pentacles energy. Remain a little bit curious emotionally with the Page of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel like just remaining in that childlike innocence of not knowing how things are going to work out, but trusting in the divine is a key right now. Any last messages? Any last messages? I also feel called to share with your astrology chart, which you can find a free natal chart on so many different websites nowadays. There's even like the pattern app that a lot of people like to use where you're able to see some of these things. But I would take a look at your part of fortune placement, which is a calculated point based off of your sun, moon, and rising. It's considered a lucky point, but it's a point in your chart that can really point to like your path to happiness. Check that out. And also, what moon phase were you born under? Because that can point to a lot about how you function in this world. For example, I was born under the energy of a total lunar eclipse full moon. So I am very sensitive to full moon energy. So every month when it's a full moon, I'm more sensitive around that time. And also part of my function in the world is when it comes to holding duality and also integrating energies, when the fullness of the moon's light and also the light of the sun can both be held in full illumination, low-key at the same time. So I have started to explore my function in the world. There's 8 different moon phases when it comes to like a full moon, a new moon, when it's waning, when it's waxing. Please excuse Blue, she's doing her thing in her bed and it's hitting my camera. And also the nodes, which a lot of people are more familiar with when it comes to the direction in your life that you're destined to move towards, and also the South Node being like things in your life that you've already mastered and that you don't need to further develop in this lifetime. If anything, there are times that you might overemphasize those qualities and it's keeping you from moving forward in the direction that you are meant to go. So check out those 3 placements and how, just start to explore for yourself how that relates to your function, to your purpose, and your path to happiness and fulfillment. Now the card that came out was the 9 of Swords. Again, another card that is showing us completion and endings. The end of a long night where you couldn't sleep and your thoughts were plaguing you. the card of anxiety and restlessness. I think a lot of that is going on right now. But the underlying energy being the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck, you're so committed to fulfillment. We already saw the Ten of Pentacles, which came out in reverse, but then also the Ten of Cups. Emotional and material fulfillment. The two cards of legacy. This is also 10-10. Just trying to think if we saw another 10 out here. I think this is the perfect place to end this video as well, because it looks like Blue needs to go back outside. She's not feeling well. This fulfillment is coming in. There are some feelings of blockages to it, but the bottom of the deck being the card of awakening, there's a spiritual awakening happening right now. And so all of these things are coming in. I'm sending you so much love on this day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.